That's a pretty high up broken limb. Who knows what did that? Earlier I was walking across a stream bed, mostly dried up. There's just a trickle going through. A bunch of reeds laid down in the stream bed. And as I crossed over those weeds, there was a bunch of spiders. Little black spiders. It's like it was a breeding ground for them. They all just start popping up out of these reeds and thankfully walking away from me. Never seen anything like that before. I was just watching a video on CRISPR, the gene editing technology, CRISPR. That is some really strange stuff. One of the things they were talking about, this guy was talking about in the video, was a story from September of 2021. And that story was about these scientists. I don't know if they're using CRISPR or something else, but the story was about these scientists trying to bring back woolly mammoths into the Arctic. You know what's interesting about that? Admiral Byrd, B-Y-R-D, talked about flying over Antarctica. And he said they flew until they actually got past the ice. And once they got past that, there was lush greenery. He said there were mammoths.
Admiral Byrd allegedly came upon something highly unexpected.
This story is said to come from his diaries, not his published account of the trip, but something he held back and then later was suppressed by government authorities that found it frightening.
In his diary, which was discovered by his son after his death, Admiral Byrd tells an extraordinary story.
Admiral Byrd heard there was an entrance to the center of the Earth through the South Pole, and he took planes into the South, under the South Pole. And when he did that, he discovered that as he flew over the pole, suddenly he's looking at things that shouldn't be there. I mean, it was temperate. His squadron flew under the Earth, into the Earth.
It turns into this lush and green area, and he can't even believe his eyes. But that's just the beginning of his extraordinary story. He tells how all of a sudden he starts to see a shimmering rainbow city. His airplane is taken control of when he suddenly sees these flying disc-shaped objects around them that lead him to the ground. Whereupon he's escorted into a cavernous type of an area where he meets a being he refers to as the Master in his diary. The Master tells him that they're highly disappointed in what humans are doing with nuclear weapons and how they've recently destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they really are concerned about what is going on the surface of the planet.
According to the diary, after this incredible encounter, Admiral Byrd was eager to share his story, but was ordered to remain silent.
Byrd comes back after this experience. He is taken to a government compound where he is told that he is never to speak of this publicly and that everything he says is classified.
So why would Admiral Byrd say those things? Did he really see that? And what's up with that Antarctic Treaty? All these countries all agreeing that, I don't know, none of them completely owns Antarctica. Since when has a massive group of countries ever agreed on anything? Can you go to Antarctica on your own? I don't know, I've never tried it, but I've heard stories that you can't, that you can get intercepted by the Navy of whatever country. I'm used to playing guitar in cold environments. I didn't say I could play well in cold environments. I just said I was used to it. I do see plenty of tracks up here. I don't see anything that I can readily identify as an expert tracker. This is clearly a baby sort of velociraptor. See, here are the 3 claws. Those are some of the extra long claws in front.